the next speaker for today. We have Radhika. Radhika, as a medical transcriptionist, she understands the physical anatomy and related illnesses, which her knowledge helps her in her role as an energy healer, trainer, and a spiritual enthusiast. She uses the no touch and no drug energy healing to help people resolve their physical ailments. She is from Mysore and she does a beautiful job of balancing her corporate job and healing. Today, she is discussing specific health issues such as thyroid problems, diabetes, PCOD, hypertension, exploring the energy imbalances that causes all these issues, and the role of chakras in illnesses that we manifest. Additionally, be prepared to experience your own pran shakti through a breathing exercise. So with that, I invite Radhika to take over, and we have next 1 hour with her. Radhika?
Thank you, Daisy, for the wonderful introduction, and thank you, Deepti, for conducting this program, a wonderful one. In fact, I was just listening to the previous speaker, Meenakshi, which was a very wonderful thing to hear from her about the Akashic records. Even as a healer, we would have heard many things, right? I was a little curious to know about the Akashic records, and which got fulfilled today through Deepti, I think. And it was a very wonderful session. So let's dig in to see what's in store with me together, to see what is there in the energy field, as well as let us learn a little bit more about the chakras, the physical, phenomenal, or the things to be tackled upon if any disease or something occurs in a person. So right from the beginning, I've been hearing like we are talking more about the awareness about making ourselves better. Making ourselves better. Yes, that I can say. So we again welcome all of you to this Manthan program, a wonderful one, as we all have been expecting the things to move in the right directions of healing. So what I'm going to talk about today is about the ancient art and science of healing by using prana or prana shakti. Have you all heard about this word prana? Have you come across this word prana or pran shakti before we go in a little bit more detail about how do we understand this particular word? We can keep it as a kind of interactive also in between. So what is this prana? Yeah, please.
So prana, as I understand, is the life force.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like breath is for the body, prana is for the energy body.
Exactly. Wonderful. Prana is highly developed and tested system of energy, as you can see on the slide. It is to balance, harmonize, and transform the body's energy processes. So, to look into for a physical person or a physical body to survive on this Mother Earth, we need some essential things, right? Like you need some food to consume so that it can give you some energy to sustain, as well as you drink water, and then you need air in the form of oxygen. You're taking air, and then oxygen is supplemented into your physical body, right? In the same manner, your energy body, which is just a replica of your physical body. Likewise, you can see me in the screen. If I see somebody who comes to me for a healing, I normally prefer to see their energy body rather than seeing their physical body. Why? Because my work is to do the treatment in the energy body. So how does this energy body come from, wherein you're just able to see a physical body? So every human being has an invisible energy body surrounding him. So the healing takes place in this invisible energy body, which is the main source wherein taking the energy from the prana. This prana shakti is available abundantly in nature. So the entire process of pranic healing focuses on how do you tap this prana shakti into yourself, how can you balance this energy within yourself, and how can you make yourself better. Another form of modality of healing. So this prana is a Sanskrit word that means life force. This is an invisible bioenergy or vital energy that keeps the body alive and maintains good health. Now, if I say without having your food for some days, you still stay alive. If you don't drink water, also there is a possibility that we don't leave this physical body, yet we stay alive. If you hold your breath for few seconds, also you stay alive. But once this prana shakti is not flowing inside your body, then that is the time where your jiva or your atma residing in your physical body snaps out. So the entire process for this physical body to stay hale and healthy on this Mother Earth is based on the principle of the life force that we call as prana shakti. So your body is programmed in such a way. So we have all been created by the divine God, right? So he has been programmed our bodies in such a way that these are constantly taking the energy from the environment without your knowledge. If I say all these years you've been taking this prana shakti without your knowledge, then you will find, how did I take this, right? See, you have your heart, you have your lungs, and there are these voluntary and involuntary muscles in your physical body which can do things on their own. You don't need to give them a command. Do you give your heart a command before you go to sleep? Say that till the morning you have to continuously beat. No, right? So how does it happen? So this happens because these muscles have their own consciousness. So this consciousness will help you to maintain yourself in a better way. So likewise, the energy centers, which is there in your energy body, they take in this prana shakti without your knowledge on its own. So in the yoga philosophy, prana shakti is the primordial cosmic energy that governs all physical functions. Every human being, as well as every living thing on this Mother Earth, is governed by this Shakti called as prana. We can even associate this to the feminine creative energy. So the prana shakti energizes the body, mind, and soul. As I said, every living being on this Mother Earth is in need of this prana shakti, which is a vital force which drives every living being. So when I'm talking about this vital source which is guiding the living being and everything, then why does this disease, or where does this disease come from? So when we talk in the perspective of energy healing or pranic healing, the disease manifests where there is less of this prana shakti available in their energy centers. So we all know that we have energy centers, like you have your chakras. Chakras knowledge, I think everybody knows. So these chakras are also called as energy centers. They hold the energy, whatever energy your energy body is consuming or taking from the environment is sitting in these chakras and distributing the same energy to the organs nearby, which the chakra is maintaining. When there is lack of supply of this prana shakti in that particular chakra, or there is lack of energy in that particular organ, then there is an imbalance of energy. And once this imbalance happens, then again it is a form of ailment or disease. Okay? A slide which can show the day-to-day problems in our environment. So are we suffering from stress, thyroid, PCOD, hypertension, insomnia, arthritis, heart problem, allergies, infection? Are we suffering from any one of these or none? Anybody, like in a family, if you just look into, every family will have one person with any of this problem right now, whatever is shared in the screen. Do you agree or not? We all agree. That's the reason we have come here today for this program. See, like Deepthi said, we want to get into the root cause and get the cure. We don't want to superficially heal ourselves, right? So how do you get into the root cause? Where is this root cause coming from so that I can make myself better? Every problem or in every disease, whatever a person is facing has his root cause hidden in his own energy centers, the energy centers which we call as chakras. So you know about the chakra? Can anybody tell how many chakras are there in the energy body, or you know or you don't know?
7.
7. Predominantly we say 7, but in the pranic healing perspective, our Guru Master has said that we have 11 major chakras. That's accordingly to the healing perspective. So these 11 major chakras are constantly controlling the organs nearby. Okay, like you have an energy center wherein the energy is stored in, and this energy is again distributed to the areas around. For example, if I need to talk better, my throat chakra has to be strengthened. So the energy supplied to my throat chakra, and then it is being rotated, and then it comes in the form of an output. In the same manner, disease also manifests when the chakra is unable to take this energy which is available in the surroundings. Like I can give you a small example over here. Like you have a balloon with you, and what does the balloon need to inflate it? Air, right? When there is abundant of air available in the environment, why can't the balloon inflate on its own? A question, right? When there is available air abundantly in the nature, Mother Nature is filled with lot more things she's been giving us. So why is the balloon unable to inflate on its own? Because there has to be some kind of force applied in the balloon to inflate it, right? In the same manner, when a person falls sick, what happens is the amount of energy what he has to take in for himself, he is unable to draw that energy like a balloon. So in that matter, a healer picks in and he becomes like a channel or a mediator who can transform this energy from the environment he is just passing on to the patient. So easily you can make yourself better either by taking a sessions, or you can learn, do it on your own. Is it interesting? Thank you. Oh, what is this? So when we look into the major factor for all the problems, whatever we are facing at this particular point is due to stress. And what are these diseases in the form of emotions are connected to? So the major part, when you get a kind of anger emotions, right? Whenever somebody comes to me for a healing, they say, ma'am, I don't know, I get a lot of anger. So why is this anger emotions present within you? Because you're unable to balance one of the energy center. And now what happens if you're constantly getting perpetual anger on yourself or getting angry on very small things? The byproduct of anger is high blood pressure. So if it is high blood pressure, then the organ which is going to get affected is your physical heart. You land up in heart problems or heart issues. Then what happens if you have repressed anger? It's just attacking your brain. Tension, headaches, migraine, chronic back pain, fibromyalgia is the result or the byproduct of repressed anger. When you're too much anxious, what happens? Your digestive system goes for a toss. So the byproduct, what happens is irritable bowel syndrome, mitral valve prolapse, and heart palpitations. Okay, so then we have so many emotions hidden within ourselves, right? So we are all human beings filled with emotions. The moment you are happy, your heart center or your heart chakra activates. And then the moment you are sad, some of the chakras become very small. They are unable to produce energy within themselves, or they are unable to take in the energy. Then what happens? These kind of emotions are getting stored in your energy centers. So what are the energy centers? Like I can say a small example for resentment, the emotions which you're having for yourself and past emotions which you don't want to let it go. You remember that incident happened in your life again. Today you remember the incident which would have already occurred 10 years back. Still you realize that emotions as well, and you live in that resentment condition. When something has happened, we are not so easily letting go things in an easier manner. Right? We are constantly holding on to the emotions. The resentment can result in the form of autoimmune disorders, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, or multiple sclerosis. So this slide is not to just, it is just for the sake of understanding. Now, when you have all these things, it's easier for you to get rid of these emotions. So the way to get rid of these emotions is to cleanse or get your chakras cleansed day to day. So these emotions, as we said, are sitting in your own chakras or in your energy centers. The better part of clearing these clogged emotions is in the form of cleansing your chakras and energizing them simultaneously. And then not making the chakras to store this energy. In the process, you want to let go these emotions from your end. So the emotional cleansing happens when you try to forgive somebody. So this forgiveness again is a part in which we have to understand, why do we need to forgive somebody? Whenever something happens in your life, it might be a situation or it might be related to some person whom you're undergoing this situation. There is an exchange of energy between you and them. Sometimes it is a good energy and sometimes it is a bad energy. So when you don't want this bad energy, you want to clear it then and there only. So the easiest way of cleansing the emotions is to do a forgiveness sadhana. So what is this forgiveness sadhana? Just remembering the person in front of you and then just close your hands and fold your hands in front of them and say, no need of going to them and seek a sorry or say that you have done something wrong. Visualize them in front of you and then focus on your breathing pattern and say a small prayer within yourself to let go these emotions. And internally, you're forgiving them for whatever bad they have done to you. As well, you're seeking forgiveness from others because you would have troubled them. So this forgiveness is a kind of emotional cleansing. And then chakra cleansing is again in the form of going deeper into these emotions and removing it from the system, and then we are cleansing it thoroughly. Okay? So shall we do this small forgiveness sadhana? You're ready to do this forgiveness sadhana with me now? To partially clean some of your emotional baggages which you're holding, maybe for long years. Or do you have people who have troubled you, or you don't have any people like that in your life whom you don't want to carry forward? Yes or no? I'm unable to see some.
Guys, give a thumbs up or put a yes on the chat.
Because
it makes us also feel that yes, we are interacting with live human beings.
Yeah, okay, fine. Some 2-3 thumbs ups are ready over here. So let's clear these emotions day to day. It's like a garbage sitting within ourselves. How do you take a physical bath to maintain your physical body? The same process has to be done for your emotional body to get cleansed. So this beautiful way of forgiving others is in the form of cleansing your emotional body in the day-to-day manner. So shall we do the practice? It's very simple, not so complicated. Or don't worry, I will not be telling any person like whom you hate or you have done something wrong to them to literally go and say sorry to them. It's not like that. It's very simple and a beautiful prayer. So let's do this. For this, you have to close your eyes and relax yourself and just go deep within yourself and feel. Can you see somebody who has hurt you? Can you see these people within your centers? If you're able to see them, then you're holding these people within your own energy centers and you're feeling the pain for your own self. Let's just release these emotions from within. Just say, may all the people who have troubled me come in front of me now. It might be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Just say, may all the people who have troubled me come in front of me right now. Put your hands together in the Namaste position. Just follow me. Atma Namaste. We salute the divinity in all of you. We are all children of God, children of Most High. Spiritual evolution implies process, time, and mistakes. Sometimes terrible mistakes. I forgive you today for troubling me and causing pain to me. May you be blessed to go in the right direction. May peace be upon you always. Go in peace. Just chant along with me. Let us chant the mantra Om Shanti Shanti Om. Om Shanti 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 Om. Just do this. Cut the link between you and the person who have hurt you. Just a cutting link. Now let us just close our eyes and imagine people whom we have hurt. It might be the same very people who have hurt us. So just put your hands again in the Namaste position and say, may all the people who have got troubled by me come in front of me now. Atma Namaste. I salute the divinity in all of you. We are all children of God, children of Most High. Spiritual evolution implies process, time, and mistakes, sometimes terrible mistakes. I seek sincere forgiveness from all of you for hurting you, causing pain to you, and troubling you. May you all be blessed to go in the right direction. May peace be upon all of us. Go in peace. Let us chant again. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. 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 Again, cut the link. Just relax and take a deep breath. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. How are you feeling now? A little better. How did you feel after doing this? A little better? Not okay, not better? You can just unmute and I think talk.
I think for the first round, I was feeling better. The second one, I'm feeling a little uneasy for some reason.
Okay. Uneasy for what? For seeking forgiveness from somebody?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's resolved. I was fine after the first one. I was at peace, but I'm a little, I don't know. I'm not,
Okay, let
I
us
can't
chant this
describe the
mantra
feeling.
again 3 times, because sometimes what happens now, we need to seek forgiveness, but our mind doesn't say that we have to forgive somebody, because we would have been thinking sometimes that I might have not been wrong in the situation. But it's always a two-way round. When you clap, it is with both the hands, is what we say. So let us chant the mantra again 3 times more. Now focus on your breath and just close your eyes and relax yourself. And just say, I just let go these emotions from within my center of feeling a little irritated tendency, whatever is there stored within my energy system, especially which is stored in my solar plexus chakra, is released now. And let us chant again. Om Shanti 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 Om. 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 Again, take a deep breath for the energies to be assimilated within yourself. So this is a small trick where you can clean your emotional garbage then and there, like a day-to-day activity. Before you go to sleep, you can do this process. Just remember them in front of you and just say, I forgive you today, and you seek forgiveness, and that's gone. Okay? So why is this all causing? What's the main part or the main thing what you're facing in your life is because of the stress. Right? Stress or any kind of energies which is surrounding us. So in one example, what Meenakshi ji was telling was one lady in the time of COVID, she expired, and then when they got her tested, it was because of the fear. Okay, the fear is so stored in their throat chakra. Likewise, all emotions have their energy centers wherein they are rooted in those energy centers. Like what we talk about, the stress is an inevitable part of her life. Like when Deepthi was telling, like you had this very recently, the problem of water scarcity in Bangalore. At that time, what would happen? Entire Bangalore will be filled with stress energy. आज मेरे घर में पानी आएगा कि नहीं आएगा? Will I get a tanker today or not? That's the kind of stress what we are creating to ourselves, right? In that condition, if a healer or a therapist says, now you just don't worry, relax and then de-stress yourself, what will we think? Array, I am so much stressed with no water. Now I need to go to my office. And what is this? This is really kind of absurd. I can't do this, you feel, right? The same thing happens when the stress energy is filled in your entire environment. So the certain extent stress is required if we think in a positive way. If we think in a positive way, yeah, it is required. Like to meet your day-to-day challenges or your day-to-day requirements. So some amount of stress has to be there. Otherwise, it won't be a driving force for you to do your things for that particular day. Sometimes a good stress will help you to work more efficiently, a good competition, to lead a very enthusiastic and lovely life. Like we call this as a good stress. Good stress is, yeah, we know if it is for the positive direction. What happens when it is in a taxing situation? Some people also call it as negative stress. How does the stress affect us? We cannot focus on our work, inability to complete our tasks. It even affects our relationships, affects overall health condition of a person. So what happens, I said, when there is too much of negative emotions, the emotions stored in your chakras cannot hold these energies, and they start distributing or sending these emotions to the organs nearby. So when there is a lot of stress in your solar plexus chakra, the internal organs, which is controlled by the solar plexus chakra, goes for a toss. So your digestive system may get affected. Like somebody was asking about the H. pylori. H. pylori is an infection. It is called like an Helicobacter pylori is a condition, infection which occurs and there's very hardly any treatment for that. And there is any, what we call it as a, like an investigation process, and it affects the entire digestive system. So what would have been the cause? The cause is nothing but your own kind of stress, whatever you're putting in for your digestive tract. We are not breathing properly. Sometimes we breathe maybe in an alternative manner. We do a lot of chest breathing instead of doing a rhythmic yogic breathing or doing an abdominal breathing. So whenever we put our hands on our navel and check the pattern of our breathing, like when you're inhaling, your stomach has to bloat out. And when you're exhaling, it goes inside, like how the balloon happens. Now you put a little bit of pressure to it, and with the air inside it, the balloon inflates. In the same manner, when you're taking in oxygen, it has to come till your abdomen area. Now, because of the stress and other factors, we are changing a pattern of breathing, in which again you're creating problems for yourself. So the breathing is the main focus, wherein now when you're breathing, you're not only taking in the oxygen, but the life force which is available in your environment in the form of air prana, you're taking in directly to your lungs. So this air prana or the air vitality globules are entering into your energy systems and being supplied to your entire energy unit. Likewise, supplementing with the kind of energy needed for that particular person to hold on, sustain his energy. So this affects the overall condition of a person. So let us de-stress ourselves by doing a proper breathing practice. How can you do this? By balancing energies, by learning or exploring the secret to find out the energy around us, which helps us to balance everything, physical, emotional, or mental problems. So how can you balance these centers? Very simple. By balancing the energy centers in our energy bodies, the chakra balancing method will help us to overcome all our conditions. So nowadays, thyroid and diabetes are the trending problems, right? So thyroid issue, anyone in the family member will be having a thyroid or a diabetic condition. If you just put on or switch in the social media, diabetic reversal program is happening and everything is happening. Now let us find out why is this diabetes happening and what is the problem that happens when somebody is in a diabetic condition. See, when we see in the allopathical manner, yeah, there is an imbalance of this insulin which has not been produced properly in your body. So which is the organ that is producing insulin for the diabetic problem? If somebody is having a diabetic issue, what is the thing that you have to first focus on to work on?
Yeah. Anna's
Pancreas.
pancreas. Anna's mentioned
Pancreas.
pancreas.
Pancreas is an organ which normally produces insulin, but it has to take a command from the endocrine system, which is in your behind your Ajna chakra. That is the one major gland. The endocrine gland is the gland which is producing all the hormones in your physical body. It might be a thyroid hormone, or it might be an insulin, or it is like controlling your ovaries, producing hormones, estrogen, progesterone, everything is being produced. The production factory is maybe your endocrine system. Now, what happens in case of endocrine system? It becomes like an autoimmune problem. What is an autoimmune condition? Wherein your body is not recognizing the good things, what is happening for itself. So the thyroid is not in connection with the endocrine system. So there's no active production of thyroxine or the hormone produced in your thyroid glands, thyroid or parathyroid glands. Now again, the same way goes to your insulin. Your pancreas is not able to recognize that it has to produce something like called an insulin. So these imbalances happen because constant stress is pushed down to your organs. So whenever I've seen many cases when they come for a diabetic condition for treatment, I ask them, when did the diabetic exactly problem started? It would have been started once in a lifetime when they would have been in a constant stress kind of situation. So that is the reason why the stress energy is being poured into your organs nearby, and these organs manifest in the form of disease. So addressing again, we are going to address in all the energy healings or any other modalities and whatever therapies you're going through the entire day for today. One or the other way, we are just addressing the root causes. So once the root cause is addressed, then it is easier for you to tackle the major problem, right? Only by diet controlling you can balance. Here, to some extent, everything put in together, like when we talk about the holistic form of healing, it is not only the diet, so what food you intake, and then as well as what is your thinking pattern for that matter. So if you're thinking constantly negative, then what happens? Your chakras are storing these negative emotions, and the negative energies again supply to the area, right? So all the therapies focus here to maintain ourselves in a positive way or in going in a positive direction. So moving in a positive direction or thinking in a positive way, what happens when you're sad and when you're happy? A simple example. When you're happy, you smile, right? And there are this laughing therapy come up. You don't know to smile also, you have to go there forcefully smile in front of them or laugh in front of them to pretend that you are in a very happiest condition. But that's simple. You can maintain your heart chakra, but just smiling at yourself or to smile at others, right? Go in front of the mirror. And very recently I saw Alia Bhatt saying that she used to stand in front of the mirror and she used to manifest her smile and say that she would be a successful actor, and she became actress, and she became, right? This was a trending story in the Instagram, which I saw very recently. So why can't we be like that? Yes, we can. We can go in front of the mirror and look at ourselves, wonderful faces, and smile at our own selves and make our heart chakra bigger. Why are we focusing on the heart chakra? Heart chakra energy is the refined emotions energy center. If you're happy, it's inevitable for the disease energy to stay within yourself. It will just run away from you. So diseases, the main culprit of the disease is your solar plexus chakra. So the solar, as it depicts the sun energy, if I say this chakra is also continuously, constantly burning, that is why it is related with the emotional part, the stress, as well as when you have a stomach ache, the solar is the chakra which has to be treated. Indigestion, gastric, burning sensation. Yeah, your solar is also constantly burning, right? So this is how you have to balance your emotions. Now, what you can do simply, very simple, when you're in a negative condition, try to do some breathing. We all know that we have to sit and do some 2 or 3 breathing cycles so that we can normalize. As well, you have to shift over your emotions from the negative conditions to the positive conditions. So whenever we have a meditation sessions, I normally ask my students to think about 2 happy moments in their life. To think about the happy moment, it takes long time because they have just stored the happiest moment in a pitara and they've just kept it close, and inside their chakras, somewhere it has gone and buried itself. So now I have to ask them to go searching for that happy moment, and then let us see whether you can find 2. Now, why that happens? Because see, some situation happens now. Immediately your shift changes. You're happy for a moment, like your child has secured a good mark or he would have secured some prize in a school. You're very happy and you want to share it immediately on your Insta page or on your WhatsApp and send to all your relatives. And you're in this very kind of happiest condition. And your mother-in-law or somebody comes And they say, what is this? You're sitting on the phone from long day and you haven't cooked for your husband. Immediately this happiest moment now gone for a toss. Oh, now let my husband come today. I'm just going to complain about his mother. I was so happy and she spoiled my moment. So we are all like that, filled with emotions. We don't know how to balance these emotions. It's very easy. React or don't react. You react or act, let me say. So this was a condition and I immediately reacted on my mother-in-law. Then who went for a problem? My chakras are going for a problem. I'm holding that grudge emotion. I'm holding that anger emotions within myself. Why don't I learn to let go it immediately? So it should be like instantaneously this forgiveness should happen on its own. Okay, I will handle it. And then say, okay, fine. Take a break, do your work and come back. And then start again with your forwarding messages. So normally we are with what we say, the kind of emotions what we are built in. So the simplest way is to balance these emotions, like balancing your chakras. Like how I said, your pancreas are unable to understand that it has to produce an insulin. So you connect it with to your endocrine system. Then there is an harmonizing factor happening. And easily the balance happens. Along with that, you have to go in for an exercise, proper exercise. And then a proper diet, obviously. Once if they come to a healer, it's not only the healer is balancing the chakra and you're going there and having 10 laddus. That can't be happened. So both has to go hand in hand. Okay. So shall we find out whether we really have this energy, so-called energy, and how can we manipulate this energy? Ready for a feeling of energy round? Are you all ready to sense your own energy? Let us see, figure out whether we have our own energy, that whatever we are talking about. So before that, what you have to do, you have to do a little bit of exercise, a simple one to sensitize your fingers so that you can easily feel this energy. Press your fingertips. Okay. And then center of your palms, little bit press center of your palms. Why all these days, these chakras were just in a sleeping mode. Let us activate them so that we have to feel or sense the energy, right? Okay, a little bit of curling of your wrist, clockwise and anti-clockwise motion. Ready. Now what you do, spread your hands like this in front of you apart. Your armpits a little open wider. And close your eyes and relax yourself. Nothing in your mind. You're calm, relaxed and composed. And focus must be on your breathing. Slow inhalation, slow exhalation. Build the energy. Again, slow inhalation, slow exhalation. Let us do this breathing cycles, 5 or 6 cycles. Again, continuously. Inhale slowly. Exhale slowly. Again, inhale. Exhale. While inhaling and exhalation, just focus between both your hands. Slowly, slowly, you can feel a kind of vibrations happening between your hands, or there is an invisible ball which are unable to compress with both your hands. The more you're breathing, the slow inhalation and exhalation, this energy around you is being built between your hands. Try to bring your hands a little bit closer. When you're trying to bring it closer, you're unable to do it because you're unable to compress your hands. Feel the invisible ball between your hands. Can you sense your own energies? Slowly try to bring your hands closer and wide apart a little bit. And can you sense this energy between your hands? Can you all feel this energy? Okay, this is your own energy body. So this is the invisible energy body what we are talking about. And the replica, what is your physical body? So the balancing of this energy body happens. So whatever problem is there in your physical body can be tackled easily. Could everybody feel the energies? Right? There is some invisible wall which you're unable to compress. You're able to feel?
Yes, most people are saying yes in the chat.
Okay.
Benny wasn't able to feel it.
Okay. When you're not able to feel, you have to again sensitize the fingers and just rub your hands a little bit and slowly again try. Okay. Majority you will feel, but sometimes due to some kind of emotion blockages, you will unable to feel, but again you try, you will definitely feel it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Very good. So this is the energy of your own energy body. You're feeling this. Any questions? So this is about the presentation. Any other questions? Yeah.
So I actually felt something different. So before you were saying feel the wall that you can't compress.
Mm-hmm.
But before I reached that wall, I felt like an attraction drawing my hands together, and then there was a so that is so I didn't feel that wall
Exactly.
immediately. I felt a pull first,
Yeah,
then
repulsion kind of thing, right?
a pull.
Pull, yeah, okay, fine.
So that
Anything, I just say to feel the invisible ball, because when you try to push your hands, it is the same kind of pull, repulsion or whatever, which is inside that you can sense it.
okay.
Either a repulsion or a pull or feeling something inside an invisible kind of thing. If you do like this also, you can feel it. But it takes time. But for the first time, you're unable to feel or you're able to feel this much is also a very good understanding about the energy body.
I also felt the same thing as Alifia. I also had the attraction at some point.
Yeah.
And then it was a ball. First
Okay.
it was attracting, and then it was, a ball.
So
very good.
Does the distance between the hands say anything about how strong or weak your energy body is?
Exactly. It says, because the moment you start feeling, first you recognize your energy body, right? Now, once you start practicing these things, either you learn, and in the learning process, we teach how to make your energy body strengthen. So, at the process of strengthening your energy body, or you're making your aura strong, this will expand. Slowly it can expand and your energy body can become very huge. Now, huge is not the condition, it has to sustain in the same manner. So we teach all those things. When you are interested to learn, we definitely help you out to make your energy body strong. So why do we need to make our energy body strong? To be absent from diseases. The more stronger it is, like you're not prone to any kind of infections kind of thing. Okay. Can I heal myself using this energy? You can. This is just to feel the energy. Now, healing is another part. This is just to recognize that there is something which is beyond whatever we have seen in our physical world. So this is a kind of invisible world where you're trying to feel the energy. The same energy can be manipulated to make a person better. So we channel this energy from one person to another, and we can definitely heal ourselves as well as we can heal others. That's the process wherein we call it as a healing at a distance. So distance doesn't matter in this pranic healing. It is only the connectivity between a healer and the patient. And once you're connected, you can heal yourself or you can get healed through the healers as well.
Radhika, I wanted to ask you this question that why do you feel this attraction in the beginning?
Attraction is nothing but you're sensing your energy body. The moment you start feeling, the chakras gets activated and there is energy passing from the chakra. That thing you're able to feel immediately. When we are putting our hands like this, the chakras gets activated and the work of the chakra is to absorb the energy from the nature and then it starts distributing it to wherever organ it is. So now when both the hands are coming together, immediately this energy is being transferred to both the hands. And likewise, you can feel the vibrations between your hands as well.
Okay, and how do we sustain this energy?
In the form of meditations, and there are many other techniques through which we help to maintain the chakras. And then you can sustain it.
Okay. Yeah.
Radhika, Bernie has a question.
If the individual is unable to feel their energy body between their hands, is it possible to have distance healing session? Will there be a connection? Yeah, of course, there will be a connection. Because the healer knows how to manipulate the energy centers. So for the starting point, when we are starting something new, it might be a little bit of sometimes a confusion and sometimes we might have a doubt within ourselves whether I'm unable to feel or I'm able to feel or whether this is really there what they are saying. There are so many doubts in our mind which we have these kind of preceding thoughts which is hovering in our mind. So if that gets cleared, immediately you can feel. Now what you can do is like at home after the sessions get over, you can sit wherever you're comfortable and concentrate and do the practice again. You will definitely feel it. It will take time. Not everybody can immediately feel, I can say, depending on the sensitivity of the person also, the sensitiveness, how do they feel, that also acts upon when you're feeling this energy. But yeah, you will feel, don't worry.
Anybody else has any questions, any thoughts? We have 5 minutes. Yes, Alifia.
So you were talking about increasing your energy chakras to, raise immunity. So do we use some similar processes that you have walked us through in this, or is there something different? How do you?
There is something different. This is just a basic thing what we have to show it in the class, just to identify that there is an energy body. But again, if you want to learn, it's a process of understanding and application also comes in the different stages. Okay. This is a simple thing, how you can feel the energy. Once you sense or feel the energy, then only you can identify the imbalances happening in your energy centers. So once you find out the imbalances in your energy centers, then you will be taught how to make these imbalances in a proper way, balance these energy centers for yourself.
Okay, and in the beginning, you had said there were 11 chakras. Can you tell us which are those 11? Because we know 7, but which are
Okay, quickly, I think we have another 2 more minutes. I'll just quickly say what are the 11 major chakras. It starts from the crown chakra, which is on the top of your head, and you have the forehead chakra. You have the Ajna chakra, throat, heart chakra, then solar plexus, navel chakra, and the Swadhisthana or the sex chakra. From the back, it is basic chakra or root chakra. Then again, it goes to the main chakra, back solar plexus chakra, and back heart chakra, and then you have a spleen chakra. So now, for the understanding about healing purposes, Master has put the spleen chakra and main chakra in the major chakra categories. because they are the main chakras which are storing in the energies which is coming from the mother nature. So the spleen is constantly taking the energy from the environmental prana. And the main chakra is constantly drawing the energy from the earth, Mother Earth. So now this Mother Earth's prana or the Bhu prana comes to the main chakra, it gets filtered and then it is supplied to the entire physical body. So that's the reason. And now when we talk about the root chakra or the sacral chakra is only one. There is no Swadhisthana in some like calculations. They take only basic chakra as a calculation. But here we have everything as a like what we call it as a separate entity kind of chakras, and then we deal with it. It is interesting. Yeah, the 11 major chakras.
Thank you.
Quickly recap. Okay. Any other questions? I think the chat.
Any last question? I guess not.
Okay. Okay, thank you all once again for participating in this event, and special thanks to Deepthi as well as Daisy for bringing in all the therapists together to conduct this kind of sessions. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Radhika. Thank you for coming here. I mean, for me, I think this whole 11 chakras was a revelation. The spleen chakra, I didn't know about.
Okay.
That was interesting. So any last thoughts from you, Radhika, on what is it that if one thing people have to take from this session back, what should it be?
It's very simple that a person who knows the tactics or about the knowledge of energy healing is easier for him to tackle any problems, because we can just put this into the proper kind of application method and we can make yourself better. Like learn things, make yourself better, and you can even help others. It's not only for helping yourself, you can as well help others around you, like your family members or anybody in your known circles.
So Radhika takes classes. She takes sessions on healing and she takes classes. I think her level 1 class is coming up in June.
Yeah.
So in case anybody wants information, just connect with us. Just WhatsApp us on the number. We'll put it up on the chat and we'll give you the details. Thank you so much, Radhika.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And bye. See you.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, Radhika. That was such a lovely session. You have a very soft, comforting presence. And it was really nice hearing you talk about all these chakras and all, because when I work with human design, I have worked with 9 chakras, but this was interesting for me to learn about that. Okay, there are 2 more major ones. So I'm learning a lot during this, today. I have actually experienced the pranic healing also. There was I had back pain for a few years, like 5-6 years, and suddenly I kind of had this feeling that maybe I'm gonna find a solution pretty soon. And I think within a week of that, a friend visited another friend of mine who called me to just meet casually, and he happened to mention that he does pranic healing, and he said, maybe I can do that for you. And immediately he did the pranic healing for me, and I have not experienced back pain since then. It has been almost 7 months now.
Wow. Good, na? Lovely feedback as well as it.
Yes, for years it was not going away, and it just took him like 10 minutes max, and I have not experienced the pain in like 7 months now.
Wow. Thanks to Master for giving such wonderful sessions.
Yes, it was amazing.
Yeah.